Welcome back. Today I want to do a quick video on how to make yourself a crosscut jig like this. You can get perfectly sized panels without a table saw or miter saw. I've had a few questions lately regarding this jig I've been using. I built this about a year ago for routing some dados into some cabinet panels, and today I want to show you how to make one. I'm starting out with a piece of scrap plywood. The first thing I did was cut a strip of MDF to use as a fence. Once I clamped it into place on the edge, I used some 1-inch screws to fasten it down. With the fence complete, I can continue with the rest of the pieces. When I first built this, I wanted to incorporate some micro jig dovetail clamps for work holding. So I laid out a couple of slots on either side of what will become the perpendicular fence that your saw or router rides against. And then I used my cordless router with a 14-degree dovetail bit to cut the slots. In hindsight, the only time I clamp something down is when I use the router. Otherwise, I haven't had any problems with material moving using the circular saw. This is a spacer piece that's opposite the fence. The crosscut fence will get screwed down to this as well as the main fence. What's great about using the 3/4 MDF for the fence is that 3/4 MDF is actually 3/4 of an inch thick. So it allows all of your sheet goods to slide right under the crosscut fence perfectly. Right here I'm installing the crosscut fence to the main fence and the spacer block. I get one screw started on the main fence, then use a framing square to square this up to the main fence. After I get the first screw into the spacer block, I just double check that nothing moved. Then I can finish with the rest of the screws. Since I made this for cutting dados, I wanted to put the initial dado in the fence, and then all I have to do is line up my cut lines to the dado in the fence. Clamp it down, and I'm ready to cut. And there you have it, perfectly square cut dados with a router and a jig. I also started using this for cross-cutting panels with a circular saw, and it works great. A piece of wood I set on top of the panel is to keep the saw base in plane with the fence while cutting thinner materials. Once I'm finished using it, I pull the clamps out, dust it off, and set it aside for the next time. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.